Hello, I'm Christian. I'm an alcoholic. Well, I started going to AA around August last year. A little backstory. I didn't know I was an alcoholic till like halfway through that last year. I realized that I was an alcoholic because I read more about alcoholism, and then it's to my surprise, I told myself, "Oh wow, I'm an alcoholic." And so the first few months when I started going to meetings, I didn't have a sponsor. And then when I heard about sponsorships, um, I just went up to a random guy, said he has some cool tattoos, um, and he said, "Thank you. Do you have a sponsor?" I said no, and he said, "You want me to be your sponsor?" I said yes. And um, I really didn't know what I was going to get myself into, but I'm really glad I went up to him because it gave me the courage to talk to new people and open up about my alcoholism. And throughout, I was going through some relapses last year, and from November to December, and on New Year's Eve, I was drinking and doing shrooms with some friends. And when I got home, I decided, you know what, this is not the lifestyle I want. I want what promises he gave us. So I decided to get sober around 1:30 in the morning on New Year's Day. And from there on, I decided to continue to go to meetings, get a commitment, um, be of service. And halfway through the year, my friend asked me if I wanted beg me. She didn't beg me, but she asked me if I could join ACYPAA. And at first, I was hesitant because I didn't want to be part of a committee where I have to do so much work. And so I decided to go to one of the business meetings and see if I can get a position. I didn't get the position I wanted, so I stopped going. And then she asked me again, just come to the business meeting for me. And so I did it for her. And to my surprise, I got my position. I'm co-merchandise. So it's pretty cool. Um, I think joining ACIPA was the best decision I ever made because I outreach at other meetings. I introduced myself to new people, and I'm pretty outgoing on talking to new people, going to meetings, announcing ACIPA. It's the best thing that has ever happened to me. And um, before that, I was going through uh, three different sponsors, and the third sponsor, um, she was a pretty good sponsor, but the problem was I was going through the steps pretty quick, and then I became dry, and then I wasn't working my steps, but I was still going to meetings, and um, my mental health was getting worse. I wasn't seeking outside help, um, and yeah, but I decided to cut the crap, get another sponsor, and work the steps as much as I can because these steps have definitely opened my eyes to a lot of things. They they opened my eyes to who I really was, and I can see that I don't have to be my old self anymore. You know, it's once when I got sober, I still had that alcoholic mind of being selfish, rude, all of the above. And I'm currently still working on my steps because I got a sponsor around um December no around September, and as much as I have time, I'm still fairly new to the steps because I chose to take it slow on my steps. Currently I'm on step 3, and it's really the way how my sponsor wants me to do my third step is pretty intense. I have to read page 60 to 64 for 30 days straight. If I miss one day, I have to restart. But from my sponsor's experience, she told me that um, it opened her eyes a lot to find her higher power, and all you just have to do is pray to whoever you believe. It doesn't have to be God or a saint. It can be anything. Like I remembered some guy in one of my home groups. Jackie Chan was his higher power, and I thought that was pretty cool. So, but this program does marvelous on people. I've heard so many shares. Um, I've heard so many people sharing their experience, and it has changed them a lot. My experience with alcohol, I wasn't the fun type. I was this fun type of drunk, but I was also the depressing drunk. I was always drinking in my room late at night and waking up with a really bad hangover and taking like 3 to 4 shots in the morning to cure that hangover. And as much as at first I didn't knew that was alcoholism until halfway through this year, hearing someone else share the same experience as me. I'm just thinking to myself, oh wow, that's really bad. Also, like, wow, yeah, it's pretty intense. And um, yeah, just it's the lifestyle the lifestyle I kind of miss, but also the consequences that I went through were not so great. And knowing that I'm sober right now, I haven't been there hasn't been that many consequences. But the real deal is um, working the steps, getting a sponsor, uh, get a position, I don't know, get a commitment, and join a young people committee. That's the biggest thing that has changed in my life, and I hope you guys plan to do that because um, from my experience, I'm forcing myself to go out of my way and talk to new people. And before that, I was very shy. I never wanted to talk to anyone. And and there are times where I don't want to talk to people, but um, it can surprise you that oh, you guys have something more in common than just alcoholism. It's and you start building up friendships, really deep friendships. Like I got a friend I consider him my brother because I would always go up to him and ask for suggestions, advice. Um, like even outside of AA, I at times I sleep at his place because I'm just going through really hard times, and sometimes my sponsor's not available late hours because um, she she lives in an area where there's not that much signal. So making these connections with everyone is with people in the rooms is really amazing. You never know who you'll meet, and you'll never know if that's going to be one of your greatest friends in your life. But um, I think that's pretty much it. I'm sorry, guys. I haven't shared in a while, so I'm like a little rusty. But thank you.
Thank you.